Hey y'all, welcome back to the Smoke Dungeon. DB here, and today I got a treat for y'all. Straight up, I got a treat. Recently, I had a birthday. All right, DB turned almost 50, y'all. I'm getting there. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But my brother, I got two gifts, y'all. My whole birthday. My mom got me a game, and my brother. So shout out to them. Because mom kills it with games every year. I'll show you what she got me on another video. But my brother got me this. Chaos Marauders, y'all. And this is the original 1987 version. All right? Me and my brother had this when we were kids. We played the shit out of this game so goddamn much that, like, parts of it are in our lingo. Like, there's a card called the Spoil Heap. And to this day, me, my brother, and a few of my friends, we always be like, yo, I'm spoiling your heaps. And there's just, this game lives in my memory so much, dude. So first of all, shout out to Stephen Hand, yo, because this game, while not great or anything like that, it's fun. It's stupid. It's fun. The artwork is incredible. John Blanche. It's all old school John Blanche. And we're going to talk about it because this game was reprinted, y'all. Sorry, bro, I didn't tell you this, but I had this version. Because our original version got in Mom's basement. I believe it got destroyed in a flood one year. So I hadn't played it in a while. And then I bought this from Fantasy Flight Games mad long ago. What's the year on this one? I think 2009. So this was a redo when they were doing like Death Angel and everything. And I was like, oh my God, I love that game. And I bought it. Well, the art's totally different. And so, yeah, I've played it like once. But my brother gave me this. So let's check it out. And I'm going to show you why, like, this game is so dope. First of all, here's our rules. And then we have old school GW blue sheet. Y'all, if you know like Dungeon Quest or Hero Quest or whatever, you know the old school blue sheet, fold out rules, get that shit on the table and let's start going. You know what I mean? And in here, that's pretty much what it is. It gives you straight up like how to play, even gives you special cards and stuff like that. So, yeah, super cool. This is wild to me because I haven't even looked at this, but this is still sealed. So this is like an OG version that somebody, it looks like it's two games that somebody combined into one, maybe. These are the real rules, dude. They're done old school Avalon Hill style, like war game rules, which I dig because I'm used to that, you know, as opposed to like nowadays Games Workshop rulebook crap or anything like that. They go 1.0, 2.0, 2.1, 2.2, you know, traditional 1987. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, it starts with like a goofy old orc story and stuff, you know, and it even says here, like, look at this, the credits, the guy what wrote it all with the help of, you know what I'm saying? And that's the spirit of GW that, like, if I'm honest, like that kind of stuff, like the goofy orc stories about stunties and umis, like that's the stuff that, like, that just nostalgia nut punches you, right? And like stuff like this. Like, could you imagine them doing some shit like this nowadays? Hell to the no. So, yeah. And it's funny because, like, the real rule book, although it's small print, y'all, it's 8 pages. You know what I mean? And you want the basic rules of Chaos Marauders, and then we're going to go over the art. So the basic rules of Chaos Marauders, dude. You get yourself one of these mats with this awesome John Blanche art on it, dude. John Blanche just killed this whole game, dude. Just murdered all the art on this. It's fucking epically legendary. I love it all. Like, look at this. This is your play mat. It's 3 battle lines in an orcish army. There's, I don't know how many spaces are in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 16 spaces, dude. There's very limited rules to the game. There's going to be a giant deck of cards that you all share. and you basically pick cards and build a battle line. And the only real rules off the top of my head that I can remember from when I played it as a kid was you have to have a standard at one end of your line and a musician at the other. And it doesn't matter if you do like one here and one all the way down there, or if you put them like here and here. It's just your line's only going to be that size then. And I think maybe the minimum was 4. I forget. I'm not really going to go over the rules yet. I will when I play with my kids later today. But we are going to open these cards because you need to see this shit. Because when I was a kid, I would stare at this shit for hours, yo. Hours. And maybe that speaks volumes about me. You know what I'm saying? But these are all John Blanche art. Like, it's so dope, dude. And basically, you draw cards till you draw a card with the same symbol that you've already drawn. So, and you build like war machines that are multi-part things, dude. Like, look at that. That's the front barrel of a cannon. That artwork right there. Who's doing stuff like that anymore, you know? And like Hobgoblin Standard. You'll see there's numbers down the bottom here. So the first number is their combat power, and then there's a number over here on some dudes, that's their victory points. And you basically play, you can attack, once you complete a line, you can attack whoever else's line, and you just add up your numbers. And then there's a couple dudes, there's a dice in here that has an Eye of Chaos on it. You roll that every once in a while, like to see if the troll eats you or stuff. Like, look at this. This was definitely, see, maybe that was rebound, because that's definitely bent. But whatever, dude. Love you, bro, for buying me this shit. You know what I'm saying? And just like, dude, when I was a kid, I would stare for hours at this. Like Graviz's Dirt Balls, right? You got this dope picture. These, and they remind me of, in the Warhammer Armies book, there's pictures along the side. So dope, dude. Orc Standard. Like, let's just check some out. Hobgoblin Standard. We got some Skavens, the Plague Lords, Blight Scabs, Plague Lords. Just the names and stuff. Hawk Vein Thrubs, volunteers. Is the vein in his neck or his nethers? You know what I'm saying? So here's, okay, this is what I was talking about. So the Smasher is a 3-piece one. And you build it like that. You know what I'm saying? And the art on these is crazy because, like, John Blanche must have been, I don't know how long it would take a guy like him to draw something like this. Probably not that long. But I don't really know. I'm not artistically inclined. But you know what I'm saying? These cards are identical, but it's like they got different art on them. And, yeah, Boslam's pig stickers, dude. When orcs was orcs and they wasn't Oruks. You know? Spittle Dung 5X. That shit'll get you loose right there, dog. Hobgoblin Standard. Hobgoblin Musician. See, now here's these dudes, right? Skaven dudes. Totally different. Here's the middle of the knocker. That was a battering ram. We got some beastmen in here that can join your army. The Claws of Malal, y'all. That's right. Taking it back. The Horned Rat Standard. Or Musician. Hobgoblin Musician. Did we repeat here? No, we didn't repeat yet. I was going to say, I feel like there's got to be a repeat. But no, there's 3 different Hobgoblin Musicians so far. You know what I'm saying? There's a Chariot, dude. The Bone Shaker. Bone Shaker. Spats, Nats, Suicide Squad. You know what I'm saying? Just classic GW shit, man. Bomber Crew. Here it is, dude. The spoil heap. Look at that. 40 victory points. Does nothing else. In my spoil heap, I got a dwarf head. How about you? You know? Crummy Snotling Slaves. Dude, just so good. This is taking me back, dude. I'm going to play the shit out of this with my kids. All right, so here's this jump. So if you were to complete this in your line, you would be boss, dude, because it's like 30. You got 30 power. And then if you have only 1 piece, it's 0. If you have 2 pieces, it's 60 victory points. You got the whole thing, it's 70. Super dope, dude. Super dope. Smasher. And you get that artwork. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. Sneaky gets, y'all. Hobgobbos, more pig stickers. Shoddy. Oh, I got the shoddy to your body. Just a big giant gemstone, you know what I'm saying? We got a crucified dwarf, my man Garak, Varak, Krok, Senrock. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude. Spoil in heaps. This one got like Frankenstein in it or some shit. And an ogre face. Oh, and some mushrooms, though. Yeah, all right. Here's Dagon Flail Breath. I think this dude might have one of them lets you attack twice, I forget. And then there's dudes where you have to roll the die, and like if you roll the Eye of Chaos or something, like your whole crew gets murdered. Crummy Snotling Slaves. Venomous Creeps, y'all. I mean, this game vastly, I know it's like, has very little to do with like Warhammer outside of the artwork, dude. But it's like the artwork that makes this game, dude. I mean, otherwise you're just placing cards on stuff, right? And it's kind of silly. But like, if you're into it and it's, I don't know. I feel like, here's something. Do you think people that like grow up with Age of Sigmar, are they going to be nostalgic for that shit like I am for this? You think somebody's going to be opening like, I don't know, they got to have some janky Age of Sigmar game at Target. Like 30 years from now, 40 years from now almost, opening up an unopened whatever at, Warhammer shit from Target and being like, oh, dude, blah, blah, blah. Nah, I don't think so. I could be wrong, though. Who knows? 40 years, I'll be dead, so it won't matter, right? Check it out. Here's the other pack. We're just going to go through them all, and then we'll call it a day. The Naka Crew, pig stickers. See, there's 4 of these dudes in the game, if I remember correctly. They all have different art. And I don't know if, like, John Blanche drew them all out and then they, like, cut it apart or something. The Idol, dude. Old Golden Demon, right? Yeah. Another standard. See, like, here's the Wyvern. That's the middle of the Wyvern. The Wyvern's ass, y'all. It's a dangerous, dangerous place to be. Bolt Thrower. Venomous Creepies. Pig stickers. The Shaman of Og. Yo, so dope, dude. So dope. Old Dog Spleen Ripper. I believe he is the troll. Claws of Malal. Another spoil heap. That one apparently had some Bretonians. Murdered some Bretonians, you know. Oh, yeah. Skyre's Blowback. Warp Fire Thrower. I think when you use this thing, if you roll the Chaos die, this is the one that, like, kills your whole board. Here is the aptly named Chaos Marauder, you know. I mean, such a good deal, yo. I don't know what my brother played for this. You probably checked up recent eBay listings or whatever. I'm sure that's where he got it. But I feel like this one, I don't know if this is expensive or not. Because I feel like this is a very niche GW product from back in the day. Mongo's Meat Grinders, love it. Just got a backpack barrel full of torture implements. So dope. Another Shaman of Og. The Dirt Balls. Sneaky Gets. Look at my man looking like Montezuma or something. With his wild ass Aztecian hair. You know. Bilge Gut Rot. Orcish General. So dope, man. So dope. Big bro. Can't thank you enough, dude. Love you, my guy. Check this out, though. You want to see why I never played the new one? And I feel like just by saying that, it's coming across mean. So I'm going to give whoever drew this thing, I'm going to give him props. Because, like, I'm trying to hold you to John Blanche, dude. And that ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? But who drew this card artwork? Christopher Madura? Yo, Chris, you did a bang-up job, dude. John Blanche art is on the maps and the rule book. That's it. But then the cards are bigger. And then he tried to do them like these ones. You know what I'm saying? These ain't bad, dude. The quality of these is good. You know, it was FFG in its heyday when they just like made decent products. But I mean, the art, dude. Like, look at that. I mean, I guess GW approved this shit, but I do like his Rhino Beastman. I'm pretty sure John Blanche, yeah. So that's these dudes, right? Yeah. I don't know, man. The original's just so much doper. I guess some of these are okay. Spoil Heat with a unicorn head, but like, yeah. I don't know. Just not my cup of tea compared to the OG. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But I wanted to share. So, and I would say if you got kids, this is a great game to play with kids. I mean, because it just gets kind of silly. It can be kind of cruel because, like, you can build a whole line of stuff and not have, like, many points. And somebody could build a small line and just smash you. But you know what? That's half the fun. And you get good artwork. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. This game, dude, I'm so jazzed for this. So jazzed for this. Love it. Remember, be good to one another. Do what you feel.